Welcome back, everyone. I'm Don Webster, and we are having Cory Varona as breakout session number 1 if you're in this one on the virtual. So let me go ahead and introduce Cory for you, okay? Cory Varona, co-founder of OCOA, a visionary high-end curly hair brand devoted to empowering self-loving Latinas. Cory's journey began in the Dominican Republic, where she battled societal norms that labeled her curly hair as pelo malo, or bad hair. Determined to redefine beauty standards, Cory, a dedicated mother of 2 and seasoned finance professional, embarked on a transformational path. Her passion for change led to her obtaining a natural formulator certificate, allowing her to craft exquisite hair care products that challenged hair assimilation. With a profound commitment to inclusivity, Cory's efforts at OCOA address the underrepresentation of Latina women in the beauty industry. Her journey of self-discovery and dedication culminated in an MBA with a concentration in finance from Penn State University, complemented by a natural hair care formulation diploma from Joan Maras Cosmetics School, and a Bachelor of Science in Business Administration with a focus on accounting from Penn State University. Yes, she is a badass. Today, as the driving force behind OCOA, Cory utilizes her finance expertise and formulation acumen to lead the company's operations and product innovations. Her mission-driven vision encompasses more than just business success. It's a mission for self-empowerment, authenticity, and celebrating natural beauty among Latina women. And please allow me to also let you know that Cory and her sister are the 2023 TechBridge Business Plan Competition winners in the non-collegiate division. Let me please introduce you to my friend, Cory Varona. Here you go, Bits. How do you guys like my hat? What do you think? Do you like the hat? Here we go.
It looks good on him, right?
Here we go.
Hi, everyone. I don't have to do an introduction. That was great. So thank you, Don. Thank you to the TechBreak organization. So before we start, I just want to say that we're going to make this very interactive because it's all about how can you be authentic and how can you be your own self. So how many people here has something, a hobby, something that they like to do, a sport, maybe you're in a dance class, something that if someone tells you that you can do it for full time, for free, by no second you would say, yes, I would do that for free. Raise your hand if you do. Okay, so what are those things? Do you have a passion for maybe be a professional sport athlete or play something or do a dance, be a singer, be anything you want to do or create the next electric car? Whatever it is that you do, you can achieve it and you can dream it and actually make that dream a reality in your full-time job. So that's what happened to me. And I want to tell you a little bit of our story first. This is my sister and I back in 1997 in the Dominican Republic. Yeah, we like to play outside a lot, even though back then we used to fight a lot more. We don't fight as much anymore. But we're Nicole and Cory, the co-founders of OCOA. And we grew up in the Dominican Republic, and we were very ashamed of wearing our hair curly. Society tells you that curly hair is messy, it's unprofessional, it's not elegant, and we always straighten it to feel beautiful. So over time, we started to accept ourselves, and that actually happened in my mid-20s, and we decided that we wanted to look for solutions for our curly hair. And I'll tell you more about that story, but that led to what today is OCOA. And we discovered that that passion and that curiosity of us creating products would lead to helping people. So this one passion and love for something that I wanted to find a solution for was created to help people embrace who they're born to be. So how did it all start? We started a community online. My sister and I just started to research about curly hair. And it started with just embracing our curls, building a community, and then finding success. So these are pictures of people that we have been able to touch with our products. Like I mentioned, it was a struggle, right? It started with, I don't know, I can put, yeah. That was my hair back then, back in 2017 when I started my journey. And this is my sister's hair. It was fried, unhealthy, it was damaged, And now it became this. But it sounds really nice and beautiful, but that picture was back in 2017. This is 2023. So it took a few years to get there. The problem. So as we were working on finding a solution for curly hair, or finding products that actually would work on our hair, we were noticing that the back of the labels had ingredients that were not good for women and were not good for our hormones, were not good overall for the health of ourselves, and not just for women, for everybody. So I got very curious and I said, what would it take to actually formulate a product? And I enrolled myself in a natural formulations course, and I started developing formulas at home. And these formulas led to actually these bottles right here that you see that are our current curl cream and styling gel. My sister Nicole was my guinea pig, so I would create formulas and I would give it to her for her to try. And it was really interesting that we were receiving and getting the same results that we were getting with products that we could find in retail, and still achieving all that with products that we were making at home. However, the formulas that I was making was only lasting about 4 to 6 months because they're not proper, they're not going through a whole lab. So that's when I had to go and find a laboratory who could help me produce the formulas that we have today. But I didn't know that all this would lead me to the amount of people and over 4,000 customers who are currently using OCOA today. So the solution. So who we are, we're high-end, safe, healthy, curly hair for the self-loving Latina. The first to be clean and luxe for Latinas, returning to natural, easier, freer, and more beautiful. We're a simpler routine, so we have a shampoo now, a conditioner, a curl cream, and a styling gel. And our products represent an underserved community. There's not many products out in the market that are representing the population in the market that I'm looking for. And we are distinctive. We have a bilingual packaging. We have a unique approach to sourcing our ingredients because I wanted to bring our culture back. And we're using ingredients that are known from me and from the Dominican Republic, from Latin America, and actual ingredients that are different from Africa and other parts of the world. And we have a commitment to inclusivity and a social impact. So besides this passion of us and making sure that we're serving people to embrace who they're born to be, we want to be inclusive. We want other people to try it and experience the culture of OCOA. And also at the same time, we know we have a commitment to helping everybody else. So we actually donate products to our community and help other people embrace who they're born to be. But that didn't come out easy. So how did it work? It worked by being authentic, and that's what I want to talk to you guys today. And the reason why we relate with so many people is because we're sharing our story, and we're sharing what it took to creating a product that is OCOA. Here are some of our stats on how we created that community and why it's so important. So we have over 11,000 followers across social media. But that doesn't mean that we can't reach a lot of people. We reach over 1 million impressions in the last 90 days. And that's a combined 233,000 reach. So when you have something so powerful as far as being authentic and being yourself, you can actually reach more people because those people are connecting to your story. And that's what I wanted to let you know today. Another part that it's still very important is making sure that when you create something, you have the best quality. And you are actually bringing something that people are not just going to try once, but they're going to try it many times. And that's why we have so many 5-star reviews, and our own community are sharing our products with other people. So I'm curious now. Does anybody want to share that one thing that you love that you do for free, that when you raise your hand? Anybody will yeah. Snowboarding. Cool. So why about snowboarding? How can you impact people about snowboarding?
How can I impact people?
Yeah. What you love?
Well, I just like it because I just like being outdoors and I like having something that I'm actually good at.
Awesome.
It's something that's fun for me.
And do you think you can help people experience the same thing that?
I can help people learn how to snowboard by being an instructor. I'd love to do that.
Awesome. So would you share more stuff if you were open to, in using social media to share what you love about snowboarding and how you can help people maybe do that? Because I'm scared of snowboarding, but if someone tells me that it's easy and I could try it, I might try it.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt to try it. It's not as hard as people think it is.
Awesome. So that's a great example of how something so simple which was our struggle with curly hair and starting a community online became a business. So you might think, well, I love snowboarding. I love to be outside. I don't know how I'm impacting people at this moment, but maybe that one thing that you're doing now for yourself can help other people get outside of their house and start to explore the outdoors, go out in the winter, because usually in the winter we tend to hibernate, and then experience that, but also always thinking about how you can expose that to the world and other people can start doing things that you love. So that's a great example. I love that. So let's just get more creative. Is there anybody else who wants to share a hobby? Are you raising your hand over there? No? Yeah, okay. Wrestling. Okay, cool. So how would you impact people by wrestling? Amazing. So those are amazing examples. And the way that you grow with that hobby that could potentially lead into a business is by making sure that you're affecting people's life and you're impacting other people. So people gravitate towards something that they can feel that, one, they're learning, two, they're motivated and inspired, and three, they are also engaged and entertained. So every time that we create a community and we use our authenticity, we always bring those three pillars. We want to make sure that, one, we're educating, two, we're inspiring them to do something, and three, then we're also keeping it fun and we're actually engaging with the community. So that way the community feels that they're taking the time on social media to learn something but also be entertained. That has led us to, one, obviously get a lot of social media and media press, but create the business that we have now. So I want to open up the floor to questions about how we want, whatever questions you have, but how our problem that once became we found a solution, now created a community, and then led to a business. Got any questions so far? Yeah.
What struggles did you face when starting out?
Amazing. A lot of struggles. Oh yeah, sure. The question. Yeah. So what struggles did we face starting up? Yes. So we had many struggles. I would start with, when I go back to this picture, it's really funny to see how humble beginnings of our bottles and how they looked. But I was very naive because I had just completed my diploma and I thought that I could, create the next big thing. And before getting to OCOA, we had to work with different manufacturers that would, one, get our idea and get the picture and the vision, and that was willing to use the ingredients that we wanted. So one funny story that I always tell is, before we were gonna launch in 2019, a week prior to launching, the manufacturer that we work with caught on fire. So that production obviously did not happen. And that just made us literally rethink the whole process, rethink the whole company, and think, could we even continue to do this? So we started from scratch, and we continued to knock on doors and find a new manufacturer. But that led to the partners that we have now that created OCOA. Another big struggle that we all face is a global pandemic. So right when we were gonna launch, 2020, a global pandemic happened, and we couldn't source ingredients, we couldn't source packaging. So there's many struggles and challenges that you're gonna face along the way. But the main thing is that when you do something like many of you said that you would do for free when you raise your hand, that would keep you from stopping. That would keep you from saying, I can't do this. If that one thing is something that you're so passionate about, any of these struggles will not keep you away from it. So that's a great question. Yeah. More questions? Yes.
What's your next step? How are you looking to grow?
I love that question. So our next step, and it's something that we're working on right now, is so within the next few years, we want to be in a retailer. Right now, our business is 95% direct to consumer, meaning that our customers buy directly from our website. And like I mentioned, we have a few curly hair salons. But in order for us to be more accessible, and actually, during the pandemic, a lot of people were buying online. But now people are going back into switching to stores, and that's something that we have learned a lot of from our customers and by doing surveys. So they want to see us in big retailers. So by 2024, that's going to be a huge possibility. We're doing talks now, and that's what we see our next 1 to 2 years. In the next 5 years, we want to be international. We want to be able to bring these products back to Latin America because they don't have access to products that are for texture hair in those countries.
Cory, not over here.
Yes. Hi, Natalie.
How did you come up with the name OCOA?
Oh, yeah. I love that. So I'll tell you a little, every question has a little story. So before we became OCOA, we had a different name. It was called DN Organics. So my middle name is Dalia, and my sister's name is Nicole. So it was Dalia Nicole Organics. And we rebranded. So OCOA was launched this year, March of 2023. And we work with a brand strategist, someone who was a coach, and she helped us dig deep into our culture, into the things that we like, and that's how we came up with OCOA. So we actually made a Google Doc, and we wrote every single thing of names, of places, people, anything that would connect to us personally in our story. And after that, we narrowed it down to 3 names. And OCOA stood out because it's actually my mom's hometown in the Dominican Republic. And is not a Spanish language, it's a Taino word, and it means a place between mountains. So it had a very cool meaning. And also, I don't know if you know, but the main top brands, Nike, for example, have 4 letters. So there's a thing in marketing that if you have 4-letter words, brands, they tend to stick with people. Yeah.
Cory, got one in the back.
Yeah.
Hi, Cory. Great presentation. I understand you're a business planning competition winner. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I'd love to hear a little bit about how that experience was for you, and maybe specifically, was there anything about going through the business planning competition process that forced you to think about something related to your business that maybe you hadn't thought about prior?
Yeah. Well, I'll say that my sister and I, we practice a lot, and we had great people around us to help us. For example, Michelle Conway was our advisor, and she met with us many times before presenting. So I would say the things that we didn't think about. So we're very good at telling the story. We're very good at the branding. We're very good at that. But when it comes to answering the questions into how you grow and the financials, it's something that you want to also make sure that you bring, as a priority and you're answering correctly. So I think those are things, creating the financials, making sure that we had projections, and that, part of, showcasing the business as how it is functionally. Like, I love talking about the branding, but there's a business behind the scenes that's working. There's still people fulfilling and doing orders every day. So we wanted to showcase that, and I think that's something that the fact that we have actual customers, real customers, sending orders is something that really was really powerful for the judges when it came to picking us, because we have a real business behind this. And that was great. And that was great to also showcase that part of the business.
On this side.
Yeah.
Hi, great presentation so far. I just have a quick question.
Yeah.
When you and your sister originally came up with the idea to make this product to help people, did you face a lot of trial and error with the product?
Trial and for the formulations?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Ton. So you see all these bottles? It was just trials and trials and trials. To get the gel, I cried so much. Like, to get the gel to the texture that I wanted, and just to have the hold that I wanted. our our scientists, it got to a point that they were like, Cory, you need to like stick to something. And I just knew that there was just a better way because we wanted to do something that was different. You know, if you walk into a Target, you see tons of different gels, right? But the ingredients that they were using were all very similar. You can read the first 7 ingredients, and that makes up about 90% of a product, and they were all the same type of ingredients. So we wanted to kind of challenge that and have other ingredients that were different. So it took a while. We started the formulation when I started at home in 2018, and it wasn't until 2021 that we were able to launch with one product, because once you're formulating something, after you're happy with the formula, that sits in a stability testing that takes about 8 weeks, and it just leaves the formula at different temperatures just to see how the formula reacts, to make sure that the preservatives are working the right way. So sometimes that would fail because we wanted to make it very, very natural. So we would have to adjust the ingredients here and there just to make sure that it will pass stability and that was safe for people to use. Yes.
Bueno, yo quería tomar esta oportunidad para decirte que estoy orgullosa de ti.
Muchas gracias.
Yo soy dominicana igual que tú y me hace sentir muy feliz saber que tú pones en alto esta bandera.
Ay, qué bello, gracias.
So don't want me to ask you a question, but I don't have a question. I just wanted to say thank you for all you're doing. I really loved your story, and it's just amazing how you are embracing our culture. I'm Dominican by hair, so I'm very proud of you.
Oh, thank you so much. That means so much.
Yeah, I have a question. Would
Yeah.
you ever be planning in the future to do anything else with the business, like if it's different communities or cultures or anything like that?
Yeah, I mean, we have big plans. Eventually, we obviously have plans of how it would grow. We want to bring more people in, but we want to continue to work on our initiative that we have now. It's called Helping Hermanas, which is an initiative where we donate product to different communities. But we want to continue to expand that and help small businesses, a lot of minority-owned, women-owned businesses start up, because we have received so many help, like different programs who have helped us, Varona University, TechBridge. So we want to give back as well and help people when we're able to, go do grants and be able to fund other businesses. So that's definitely in the future.
Cory, believe it or not, we're almost done. We have 2 questions left.
Okay.
Hi, Cory.
Hi.
So I work with a lot of K through 12 students in my work at OCOA, and next week I'll be giving a presentation to 9th graders about how to follow your passion, find your passion to a career path. Could you talk a little bit about your younger years when you were in high school, or even maybe younger, whatever you can remember, and anything that was a foundational experience for you, or anything that led you to have that light bulb moment of this is my passion, I want to pursue this.
Yeah, I want to say first, when I was in high school, I was an ESL student. So I moved to the United States when I was 14, so I did not speak English. So high school was kind of like a blur because I was so focused on learning English and trying to get to college. So I want to say that my main thing was the end goal, the motivation. So I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do. I knew I wanted to go to college because that was the ultimate goal that my parents kind of set for me. And I did that. But then when I was in college, I knew I wanted to do business. I like numbers, so I kind of picked a degree based on that. Not so much on what I wanted to really do and the passion that I had. I think if I could go back into those years, I would tell the Cory back in college to maybe stick to something more creative and to dig deep into entrepreneurship, because I never saw myself as an entrepreneur or even owning my own business. Nobody in my family has ever owned a business. So when you don't have that support system that can guide you or say, hey, you can go it alone this way or you can do that, it's really hard, and sometimes they don't even believe in you. And they don't think that you can actually achieve your goals. So I think a lot of it is mental, finding ways to work on your mindset and motivate yourself, and also get very close to like-minded people who are looking for things that are similar to yours and who could support you and push you forward. So I think it's all about your group, your close niche group, the support that you can get, and also the counselors in college and high school. So many counselors are willing, they see your potential and they can motivate you and push you in so many ways.
Cory, one final one. It's a virtual question.
Okay, hi virtual.
Here we go. It's from Chelsea.
Hi Chelsea.
What economic resources did you use or plan to use to assist you in your growth? For example, Small Business Development Center, Happy Valley Launchbox, Ben Franklin, Tech Bridge, etc.
All the above. So when we started the business, we used our savings. So I worked in corporate doing accounting and finance for about 12 years before doing OCOA full time. So I had experience in the corporate world. And we use our savings at the beginning, and then after that, we apply for loans. So make sure that you have good credit, because that's going to be looked at when you apply for loans, even if it's a business loan. So you look for resources like that. Also apply to grants. We have been fortunate to not just get Pennsylvania grants and grants from Reading and this area, but also to apply to national grants. Don't be afraid of looking for resources outside of PA. We won the Black Ambition for L. William program. We're part of the Amica Rooted in Growth program. So we are part of different Square. So there's just so many opportunities that you can apply that thousands of people are applying. But if you bring that authenticity, if you bring that passion and you showcase it, in your answers and in presentations, they're going to look at you and they're going to pick you. So do not be afraid of that. And I wanted to say, I have samples of my products here, so I'm more than happy to share them with you guys.
Okay, so if you're virtual, how do they find you virtually? How do they connect with you?
Yes, virtually you can find us at ocoabeauty.com or on social media platforms at OCOA Beauty. And the virtual people, we have free samples on our website, so you can get them too. Even though they're getting here now, you can get them on the website as well.
You gonna stick around for a while?
A little bit, yes.
Very good. Cory, Varona.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.